welcome back to my channel. I'm here at my son's therapy. I just dropped him off with his therapist, so I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on everything that's going on with him. So my son is 3 and he's about to turn 4 this December, so he's currently in speech therapy 3 days a week, and he goes for 30 minutes each session. So he goes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 5 to 5:30, and he has a speech therapist it's actually a guy this time, which I'm surprised because there's really not a lot of gentlemen that work here. Most of the therapists are women, so I was actually pretty happy to have him with a man, because I feel like my son just responds better to men. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're just more authoritative, or their voice just is more demanding, or he just seems to react better and listen better when it comes to men. So it's weird because before he started, because he started in September when school started, because they have the same I guess calendar, they have the same curriculum, because it's through, well, not the same curriculum, but the same they have the same schedule because it's through the school district. So he started in September, and when they had called me, it was a woman that called me and had introduced herself to me, and I don't remember what she said her name was going to be, but she's like, "I'm going to be Benny's speech therapist. I'm looking forward to meeting him this week." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then it's so weird, the first day that I came, we were here waiting in the waiting room, and a gentleman came out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm Mr. Damien. I'm going to be Benny's speech therapist." And I was like, "Oh, that's weird," because I had a woman call me and tell me that she was going to be his therapist. And he's like, "Oh, that's strange." But anyways, I was like, all right, cool. So he went with Mr. Damien, and ever since then, he's been good. Like, he really has had way less meltdowns and tantrums. I have to say, with his last therapist, I don't think it had anything to do with her. I just think it was just a time in his life. But he would really struggle sometimes. His last spring, like his spring session, he really had a hard time with his therapist. He would give her a hard time, like having a lot of behaviors and stuff, and I don't know, I just could tell, like, she would get very anxious around him and stuff, because he would always do a lot of throwing himself on the floor, screaming, yelling, just not wanting to cooperate and stuff. And he would have a hard time transitioning, like going into the classroom. And then once he would go in, he would be fine, but then when it would be time to leave again, he would give another hard time. So she would always have to have like creative ideas to get him to want to leave the room, like bubbles or stickers or little toys and stuff, just to get him out of the room so that I could go home with him. So I'm just glad that he's kind of over that hump, because right now, even though he does sometimes struggle with transitions and stuff, he's way calmer and he's way better behaved with this new therapist. And again, I really don't think it has anything to do with the therapist. I just think my son is just starting to get a little bit more mature, and he's kind of starting to outgrow that toddler phase where he's throwing a lot of tantrums and stuff. And I'm very grateful. And the thing is with my son is, yes, toddlers throw a lot of tantrums and stuff, but my son is very big for his age. At his last doctor's appointment, they said he was 46 inches tall and he was 52 pounds. So that's almost a 4 foot little boy, and they're strong. And my son is just, because he's so big and so strong, it's very difficult to just like pick him up, like when he gets upset, throws himself on the floor, like picking him up and like physically redirecting him. It can be very difficult. I would say one thing with boys is they're very I don't know if it's just my son, but my son is very physical. Like, I don't know if it's because of the speech delay, so that maybe he can't use his words, so he tends to do a lot of things with his body. But he's very physical, so sometimes it could be hard because he has like movements that he does. Like, he'll smack his body against like chairs, he'll kick things, he'll throw himself down, like want to be on the floor, and it's difficult to get him to walk and stuff when he does things like that. But I have to say, he has been outgrowing that a lot, and I also think that the speech has just been helping him communicate better. I think it's just a combination of a lot of things, like, because as they start to grow up and, they start to learn more, and they, you know, and then the combination of him going to speech as well, and just him growing up and getting more mature, I think all that has just been making him better behaved, you know, less behavioral, and getting less upset all the time, because before he used to just get upset a lot with every sort of command, you know, like, so now it's like he knows what's expected of him, and he behaves a lot better, even if he doesn't always have the best attitude, and he, you know, he's not always happy to do things. He listens way better than he did, so thank God for that. His echolalia has gotten so much better. Before, he used to have something called echolalia, which I think I spoke about in my last video about him. It's just like the constant repetition of things. So like whenever you would say like, let's go to the bathroom, he'd say back, let's go to the bathroom. You know, it wasn't like a fluid conversation with him or like a back and forth. Sometimes it was, but most of the time he would just be repeating what you said. So that was for a long time he had that, and that has decreased significantly. He does have a lot of other like strange speech patterns, so sometimes he'll fixate on certain phrases. So right now his new thing is no thank you, so he'll say that to like everything. So like even if it's not in the right context, he'll just be like no thank you. Sometimes he will say it in the right context, like if we're like, okay, let's get out of the car, I'll say no thank you, or, you know, let's go sit down, no thank you. But his thing is just no thank you. Even if he intends to do something, he's gonna say no thank you. It's just something he's fixating on right now. Like, for example, the last word that he fixated on was please. So he would always say the word please, like, randomly. Like, he would just be like, please, please. So he just has certain phrases and words that he'll just fixate on for a certain period of time. And, yeah, I don't really... just different, like, speech patterns and stuff. I don't really understand too much why, but as long as he's making progress and, you know, I'm seeing improvements, that's the only thing I'm worried about. He's been a lot better with conversations. He's been better with answering questions, like, when we read together, because we try to read a book together every night. I'll ask him, like, what is this little boy doing, you know? What color is the dog? Where is the dog going? You know, who, what, when, where, why questions. He's been getting a lot better with that. Before, he was big on just, like, what's the word? He was good on, like, identifying. Like, he could say, like, what this is. You know, he could point to colors and all that. But now he's able to have, like, more conversation, like, where is this kid going? What is he wearing on his feet? You know, things like that. So just little things that we all take for granted, that we all know how to do, or other parents, you know, their kids just naturally learn these things. You know, some kids it just takes longer and they need more help, and that's definitely the case with my son. So but other than that, he's doing great in life. He's flourishing. He starts preschool next year, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to his birthday coming up in the winter time too. So we're also making Halloween plans too. I gotta figure out what we're gonna be for Halloween. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update on my baby, on my son. And I also wanted to let any parent know too, like, if you're going through anything with your kids, and any sort of delays or, you know, developmental setbacks, I just wanted to let you guys know that everything in life is temporary. You know, kids are kids, and they go through things, and they don't come out knowing everything, and it's our job to teach them and guide them through life. And a lot of them will grow past whatever they're going through right now. They grow past it, you know, as long as they have the help of their parents and the help of professionals. A lot of them grow past it, and you know, they get over things, and, you know, they're gonna be okay. So I know I had a lot of worries about my son too when he wasn't speaking, when he turned 2 and stuff. But now, like, it's been what, over a year and a half since he started speech, since he turned 2, and he has, like, made leaps and bounds since then. So yeah, that's the update on my baby. I'll see you guys in my next video soon. I'll probably be talking about my Halloween plans and my spooky festivities coming up. But yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.